Hi, Omega Khaos again with another episode of Dark Duels with Omega Khaos, and this time I am dueling with my Dark Virus deck for the last time, for now at least in the series. Oh no, this hand is terrible. Yeah, I'm still pretty much working on this deck. I think it's pretty good, but it still has some consistency problems, I guess. Well, this is very bad. Like, I'm playing like 19 monsters and all that. Actually 20, because obviously there's one search card that search for a monster. Okay, my punch just surrendered for no reason, so I guess let's go for the next one. Okay, and the next duel. So hopefully we can do better this time. Okay, this hand is actually pretty good. Or at least not terrible. Banish the Duels. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I should do at this point. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to normal summon this card. Give it that draw and then summon the Darkest Duels. That's pretty good. And then going to end my turn. Maybe I should have got a Fiat spell as well, but yeah, definitely was a pretty hard choice, I guess. Okay, Foolish Boreal, good. Okay, it's a Dark Magician deck, it seems. Or maybe not. Well, it is a Dark Magician deck, but it's a different version. No, Optimize as well. Okay, summon as art. Dark Magical Circle. The next turn, so and all of those cards are discarded. So in this case I normal summon Omega Knight. Activate effect. Send the Struda to the graveyard. My opponent gets a token. Alright. Okay, that card, well, that's not very good for me. But activate the Struda. Oh wow, well that's interesting. Well, it still gets summoned. In this case, I'm going to attribute the Struda, and then my opponent has to send all of their cards to the top or bottom of the deck. Okay, to the top, I guess that's fine. I'm going to attack over that. And there's nothing else I can do, so I'm going to end my turn. But my opponent can still search for another card, so that's not very good for me. Okay, illusion magic, that's interesting. I guess that's fine. First we need to summon Lilith. Going to activate Foolish Burial. I guess that's fine. Back from the graveyard actually. And then I send the Stool of the Graveyard. Unfortunately, that allows my opponent to get that. Yeah, they're still pretty problematic, I would say. Okay, Eternal Soul. I guess that's fine. Okay, I'm going to chain. I'm going to reveal those three. Going to attack over that. Activate Fool's Force Virus. Oh no, I'm already dead anyway. Oh no. Yeah, because I already have too few life points, so I guess let's go for the next duel. Okay, another duel with this deck. I'm still having quite a few problems, but we'll see. Activate the Lord of Darkness. Right, Mage of the Omega Knights. And then set this turn. At least I can now have the play for the next turn set up. Okay, Foolish Burial. Pretty good. Okay, so it's a relinquish deck. Interesting. And of course, I am building this deck in real life as well. I just pre-ordered a lot of Darkness Treasure decks recently. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I can't do anything about that. And then it's my turn. Going to activate Lair of Darkness. Obviously a very important card for this deck. And then I was on Lilith. Tribute itself. Revealing 3 Ballista Squads. Yeah, this card is definitely really good because it's a really good spot removal card and search for with Lilith. But it's not going to come out yet. I have to wait until July for that. So activate Dark Diablos, tribute that. The opponent has to send something back. So this is definitely a really good, pretty good setup here. At least that's as good as it can get in this deck. Another version of this deck I might consider is like a dragon version. So it will have more revival and more like a field presence, I guess. While this version is definitely very control based and can be a bit slow at times. So the next deck I'm going to play on this series is also going to be pretty much dark based, I guess you could say. Okay, my opponent just surrendered, so I go for the next duel. Okay, another duel. Okay, this time I probably will go second. Okay, this is a bit slow hand, and going second is definitely not very good. But hopefully my opponent's deck is not very explosive. But these days, most decks generally are. Like about this first turn crazy combos. But it seems like it's a pretty balanced deck instead this time. So I guess Magician Girls. Interesting. So next turn what I will probably do is like normal some Omega Knight, send Diablos to graveyard and then set this. At least that's probably the best choice. So I'm going to normal summon Omega Knight. Send this to graveyard. But also I'm going to activate Arima and then search out my Lair of Darkness. Then set this card and end my turn. So basically 2 things you really need in this deck is you have to get Lair of Darkness to your hand and also get Darkest Diablos to the graveyard or to your hand. After you get those 2 things, you should be in a pretty decent position at least. I play Ballista Squad. Then activate Darkest Diablos. Alright. My opponent gets a token. which I'm going to immediately tribute away to activate Darkest Diablo's other effect. Alright, then what I should do? Just going to attack. Then set the Fool's Force virus and phase. Get another token. Okay, print this Illusion Magician. Not bad. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but at least right now I'm in a pretty good spot. Obviously depending what background my opponent has, obviously, but right now my opponent hasn't really responded with anything. I can pretty much assume they aren't anything special. Going to activate Diablo's effect again, tribute Apprentice Illusion Magician, and my opponent has to send that card back. Magician Navigation. Alright. I guess that works. Yeah, that definitely gets around the effect. Going to attack the Dark Magician in this case. And I'm actually going to summon Doomcar Caliber Knight to potentially disrupt my opponent. Because I think it's definitely good as a deck card in this deck. So obviously your opponent, any monster effect is immediately negated, you tribute it, and then obviously you can trigger your Diablos if it's in the graveyard as well, or hand. So that's why it's in here. It cannot be special summoned though. I can't really do much about that, unfortunately. So it's actually Dark Magician, like with the Magician Girls decked in, but it seems like my opponent surrendered anyway. So I think we can do one more duel. And the last duel of this video. So let's see how it goes. So overall, I think the deck is definitely really good and has a lot of potential, but has some consistency problems and can be a bit slow, at least the pure version. But of course, if you mix it in other decks, it can be more competitive, I guess. And right now I think Diablos is mixed in with the Brandish or Sky Strike archetype. But that's about it. I'm actually trying out the Grinning Grey Virus again instead of Crush card. Just seeing how it goes. Obviously against the graveyard based deck, it's definitely can backfire quite a bit, but at least they can't activate those effects in the same turn. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, waiting on the right moment. A lot of darkness. So I'm not sure what deck I'm playing against. It's a red eyes, interesting. Okay, but it plays Dark Magic Inheritance. That's weird. For sure. Okay, let's see how it goes then. Okay, Eternal Soul. I'm playing against so many Dark Magician decks, it seems. Polymerization as well. That's surprising, I guess. So I think in this case should activate Wolf Force Virus. Yeah, I think so. Double this. Okay, that's not a monster. Now opponent gets a token. So what should I do? We can have this card at least. I guess I'll do with Omega Knight instead, in this case. Then Eternal Soul. Oh, can bring that back. Not going to search for anything. At least not right now. Then in this case going to dribble this, I guess. But of course, Eternal Soul makes it unaffected. So that's not very good for me. That means I pretty much have to suicide into it. And actually what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to, no, actually can't really do that because I think I'll probably have to wait until my opponent activates the tunnel, so and then I will destroy it with my Ballista Squad. So I have to be patient. Opponent targets. Okay, now I chain. There with this and destroy Eternal Soul. Then that allows me to bring back my Diablos. Okay, our opponent gets a token now. But that doesn't really matter much. I think the one good thing about Grinning Grey Virus that its activating requirements are very flexible, so you can pretty much tribute any of your opponent's monsters that has 3,000 or less attack if you have Lair of Darkness on the field. I think that's one of the good parts about it. Okay, placing on opponent, then activate Arima again. Tribute a token, then I draw a card. And then I will just attack with both. So right now it seems like I'm winning the duel. Although I have no idea why my opponent is mixing Red Eyes and Dark Magician. Doesn't seem like it has any synergy aside from them being both level 7. A Lure of Darkness. I guess that's fine. And that will be destroyed because of Full Force Virus. And I think that should be it. Activate Arima again, draw another card. Then I just in case put this to defense mode and then attack. And that should be game over. And it is. So that's the final episode with this deck, for now at least. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely building this deck in real life. So I will be doing a real life deck profile of this deck once I get all the cards. That will be around May, I think, or something. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. For now, goodbye and Omega Khaos out.